Hello there. And oops, there we go. Wait, no. There we go. Hello, 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 and welcome to our Facebook and Instagram Live today. I am really looking forward to being here with you because I have got a topic to share with you that is really, what do I want to say? It's one of the coaching concepts that was most mind-blowing for me when I discovered it, when I learned it, and it continues to be as I am teaching it. So today we're actually going to be talking about what you're most committed to. And I'm going to give you some guidance to take yourself through an exploration around discovering what it is that you are actually most committed to. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Instagram. And the sun is shining. It's April 1st. Spring is here, and I'm happy to be with you. So when we're exploring what we're most committed to, there are a few things that I want to share. Whenever there is a discrepancy between what we say we want and what we're actually experiencing, there is an old, outdated, underlying commitment in the mix. So again, whenever you have the experience of thinking to yourself, I want one thing, but I have another. There's a discrepancy between what I say I want and what I'm actually experiencing. It means that there is something else at play here. So most people tend to think it has something to do with willpower or something to do with discipline or some way in which I'm not doing enough to make something happen. Today, we're actually going to uncover a profound force that gets in the way of you creating the life you desire. So I fully believe that we are completely capable of creating whatever it is that we are most committed to. And yet the problem is most people don't actually know what they're most committed to. Most people think that they're committed to whatever it is that they say they want. But the truth of the matter is, our innermost commitments create the content of our outer world. So our outer world will reflect our innermost commitment. This is why it's really important to uncover your underlying commitment that is under the surface beneath what you think you're most committed to. So I always like to begin this exercise with filling in the blanks for yourself so that you can start to identify the discrepancy that I'm talking about. So that you can begin by clarifying, I say I want, but what I'm experiencing is. So you could literally make a column A and a column B. Betsy Doyle, hi. Hi, and hi Ashley. Hi everybody who's joining. Hi Leanne, hi Sandra, welcome, welcome. Hi Yoga with Maura. So you essentially, want to write out the line filling in the blanks. I say I want X, but what I'm experiencing is Y. Or you could essentially do it in two columns. The I say I want column and the what I'm experiencing is column. And when I do this with clients, I like to see, at least 3, 5, sometimes even 10 or a dozen. So you want to explore different areas of your life. You want to be looking at different areas of your life, whether it's health, whether it's money, relationship, career, work in the world, whatever it is. I say I want, but what I'm experiencing is. make this list for yourself so that you can get really clear about the gap between what you say you want and what you're actually experiencing. It could be you say you want a relationship, but what you experience is never going out on a date. It could be you experience wanting to be an entrepreneur, you say you want to be an entrepreneur and have your own business, but what you're experiencing is too much fear to leave your steady corporate job. Anything. It could be that you say you want to make more money, but what you're experiencing is fear around asking or charging what you're worth. So begin to explore the discrepancy. I say I want, but what I'm experiencing is. And even if, as you're watching right now, you discover one, even if you discover one discrepancy, then what you want to do is you want to start making a list for yourself of the choices you make and the actions you take that take you away from what you say you want. So in other words, what are the actions you take and what are the choices you make that are in alignment with what you don't want versus what you do want? So the deal is that there's a cause and effect here. So our choices and our actions bring our vision to fruition. And our choices and actions are responsible for the state of our external world and our internal world. So if you're making choices and taking action that goes against what you say you want, but toward what you're actually experiencing, that is going to help reveal for you your underlying commitment. So again, if we take, the few examples I gave you earlier, I say I want a relationship, but what I'm experiencing is being alone. The action and choice I'm taking toward what I say what I don't want, what I say I'm experiencing is, not signing up for online dating, or, not saying yes to any dates, or not asking any friends if they know anybody. Like, those are the actions and choices taking me away from what I want. If I say I want to make more money, but what I'm experiencing is not charging enough for my services, the choices I'm making, or what I'm experiencing is staying in my corporate job, the choices I'm making are, not charging enough for my services, or taking clients who are consistently wanting to bargain with me or barter with me or talk me down, and allowing myself to give people discounts. So you want to see how the choices you're making and the actions you're taking are actually creating what you're experiencing. This is what's really important. You want to see the cause and effect. So once you identify, I say I want, but what I'm experiencing is, and then you make a list of the actions you're taking and the choices you're making that take you away from what you say you want, then you're going to discover what it is that you're most committed to. So the actions you take and the choices you make that keep you sort of stuck in what you're currently experiencing instead of what you want reflect your innermost commitment. They're in perfect alignment with your innermost commitment. So your commitment could be, given my examples earlier, your commitment could be to staying single. Your commitment could be to staying in struggle. Your commitment could be to staying comfortable. Your commitment could be to staying small. Your commitment could be to staying invisible. So you want to look at what is it that you're actually most committed to. because that very thing that you're most committed to is likely something that kept you safe and feeling loved as a child. In order to feel safe, I need to stay silent. In order to feel loved, I need to not rock the boat. Whatever it might be. It's really the way that we begin to package ourselves to be digestible to someone else. So you want to explore for yourself, what am I most committed to, and when did it begin? What was the experience, likely under the age of 10, that had you make this commitment to yourself, that had you make this promise to yourself to stay safe, to feel loved? Because the crazy thing is that the very thing that had you feel safe as a child is the seed of your self-sabotage when you become an adult. So if you were committed to staying silent or being a loner or feeling comfortable or staying small, it may have actually served you and saved you literally or figuratively as a child, but it is what is holding you back as an adult. It is the self-sabotage you're experiencing. So if you don't have what you say you want, it's not about discipline. It's not about willpower. It's not about anything you need to beat yourself up for. It's actually due to the fact that you have been essentially making choices and taking action that serves a commitment you haven't been consciously aware of. So once you uncover what it is you're most committed to, you then get to make a new conscious and empowering commitment to support you. You want your commitment to be in alignment with what it is you say you want. This to me is like the Dorothy moment. You know, it's like that idea that you've had the power all along. You've just been directing your power in a direction that doesn't serve you best. So what's beautiful about this is now you get to make a new conscious commitment that serves you, and you want to start really identifying the choices you can make and the actions that you take that support and serve and are in alignment with your new commitment so that you can have what you say you want. You want an action that's going to support you in really anchoring in the new commitment. Action is always what's going to put everything in motion, what's going to put it in movement. And movement mobilizes possibility for you. So, you know, if you're doing this along with me, awesome. If you want to return to this a little later with your journal, great. I'm going to, of course, post this. You know, this will be on my Facebook. The replay will be there, and the replay will be on my IGTV as well. Give yourself a few minutes. Give yourself some time to really go through this exercise for yourself, to see what you uncover and to see what you discover. Because it's really essential to your own healing process, and it's so essential to your own process of actually being able to make change in your own life. Carol, I'm so glad you just said this is so clear and I understand now that I didn't before. Thanks. You're so welcome. Like I said, when I first really discovered this concept of underlying commitments and did the work around it, it was mind-blowing. I mean, nothing short of game-changing for me to understand the why of how I wasn't moving forward around certain things. So I want to remind you, we all have so much more power than we give ourselves credit for. We are all capable of creating what we're most committed to. Oh, Lisa, you're so sweet. The essential and critical component here is remembering that we need clarity around what it is we're most committed to. We need to be able to discover it and uncover it. Morgan, as clear and powerful as ever. Thank you, Morgan. So I really encourage you to take some time to do this exercise for yourself and see what you discover. Come back to me in the comments. Let me know what you uncovered. And remember, it doesn't even need to be something huge. It simply needs to be something that you recognize you've been committed to that you haven't been aware of. And just that awareness alone can serve as the catalyst to having a major shift. I want you to remember, if you look at where we are right now in our lives, each one of us, we are the culmination of every choice we've made and every action we've taken. So it just goes to show, if we don't do something different, if we don't make a different choice or take a different action, our future is going to arrive looking very much like our present or our past. So I always think of our present moment choice as our crystal ball. Our present moment choice predicts our future. So you are able to create the future that you desire living into simply by aligning your choices and aligning your actions with the vision you're holding for how you want your life to be. So the goal here is to identify the old, outdated, underlying commitment, make peace with it, and then align with a new empowering commitment that will move you forward. Lisa, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. Exactly. It's like, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So I really invite you into making a different choice today, taking a different action today, so you can create a different outcome for yourself. I'm glad that this is inspiring for you. I'm glad you're seeing the game-changing, insightful, and necessary component of this. And this is, again, one of my most favorite things to share. I feel like it's something that once you get it, you can't unknow it. And it really supports you in getting right into alignment. So I look forward to hearing from you about how this experience is for you. Come back, share in the chat, share in the comments on Facebook, share in the comments on Instagram, and I will look forward to seeing you again next week.